Travis, happy early birthday. Your birthday's tomorrow. Any special plans besides playing baseball?
Yeah, get a nice dinner and hopefully get a win and some knocks. That's kind of my only plans, but yeah, I'll have to be here early to prep for the midday game, and then yeah, hopefully get a big steak or something for dinner.
Plenty of good steak places around here.
Yeah.
Best birthday yet? I mean, playing ball, pro ball. I guess the best one might be when you're up in the major leagues. But is this maybe your best one yet, or do you have any other great birthday memories?
Yeah. No, one of my birthdays, I think I was in Korea for a baseball World Cup, or traveling. I might have been on a flight to Korea in 2019, I think, for my 17th birthday. But other than that, it's been kind of prepping for the fall at college and obviously back home when I was growing up. So this might be the best one. If we get a win and a great steak, I think it'd be hard to beat.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Just why baseball? I know you've probably answered a lot of stuff a lot, but obviously very athletic. You've played a couple other sports. You probably could have played any sport, and obviously a really smart guy too. Could have been successful in anything you did. Why baseball?
Just a kind of natural, innate love and passion for the game. I don't know where it came from, but I was playing multiple sports at a pretty young age, but I sort of identified as like, everyone knew me, all my friends and family, as like baseball player, and that's what I wanted to like be. So for as long as I can remember, that was what I wanted to do and what I was really interested in. So yeah, it just kind of came naturally at a young age. Once I was around the game from my family, like my older brothers and dad kind of brought me to the game, and then I just took it and ran with it.
I know you were on MLB.com a lot as a kid looking at videos and stuff like that. Who did you watch the most? Who did you find yourself enjoying the most? Did you ever catch on to a team or just mostly players?
Yeah, so I caught on to a team when the MLB had an opening series of the regular season in Sydney, Australia to try to grow the game, just like they did in Korea this year with the Padres and the Dodgers, maybe? Korea or Japan. Anyway, they did it in Sydney, Australia with the Dodgers and the D-backs, and so at that point I was like, I'm going to support one of these teams, and at the time the Dodgers were better. So growing up I was kind of a Dodgers fan, and I guess, yeah. Players-wise, what I remember from like kind of 8 to 12, it was probably not 8 to 12, maybe like 12, 14. It was like, well, Younger, Trout, Harper, Miggy, Albert Pujols, Dustin Pedroia. Those are some names, and then it kind of progressed into Francisco Lindor, still Harper, Trout, Jose Ramirez, and Mookie Betts. Last couple years, it was Corbin Carroll, Jose Ramirez. And all the guys you can think of. Gunnar Henderson's one I'm big on right now in terms of like swings I like watching and trying to understand. So it's been a mix. It's constantly evolving, but most of the guys that are doing good at the big league level will have my eye as like why they're doing good or what their swinging looks like.
A lot of good guys to look up to. So what was it like then getting a chance to meet Jose Ramirez for the first time?
Yeah, it was awesome. He's such a amazing like person, and he's his own character. Like, he's so great at the game, but he's so loose but focused. Like, it's just a perfect combination for someone in the clubhouse, because he's like intense, gets after his work, and wants the best out of himself every time he goes on the field. But then he's also like has great humor and is just a great person. So I had a blast. He made batting practice very fun that day, and obviously put on a show with his offensive skills.
Obviously, you're a very competitive person. You want to win and you want to get better. How important is it to you that, you got drafted number 1 overall? The Guardians will not have the first overall pick next year because they're going to make the playoffs, and you're coming in here to Lake County. You're going to play playoff baseball. How important is that all to you?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, like, you don't want to walk out of here and just like everyone. These guys have been playing 100 games. Like, to play 100 games, give it your all, go through the ups and downs, the struggles, the body hurting, not hurting. Like, there's so many people here that have put this whole year in Lake County, like that grind, and So you want to give it your all to the end and really push for a win. It makes that team aspect of professional baseball rewarding, and sometimes I think that gets lost. A lot of like play development focus, and a lot of individuals are focused on making it to the big leagues, and I feel like that's what I've heard across like the whole kind of place of professional baseball, and that's the way it is. Everyone has big league dreams, and sometimes the team stuff will come second, and I think it's important for a good organization like the Guards to have the players step up and care about that, and I think we do have the team to do that right now here, and it's a really strong squad. So you lose guys to Akron that are really talented, and Akron's going to make a playoff run, but we have a great team here, and I'm excited to play playoff baseball because that's what it's all about.
How are you feeling physically? I mean, you've been playing since February. I know you got time off and in between the draft and now, but how are you feeling as the season kind of winds down?
Body feels good, yeah. Just been trying to understand and get my routines and everything figured out in Cleveland in terms of, eating and sleeping and travel and just like game prep, and body's feeling great. So I'm excited for this back end of the season to like make the most of feeling good and hopefully win a lot of ball games. But body feels good and mentally in a good spot. So yeah.
Have you talked at all about your off-season plans, like the Arizona Fall League instructs? Like, have you gotten to there, or are you still trying to just kind of wrap up the season at this point?
I think there's a lot to talk about that we haven't talked about, but I mean, I think when I got drafted, I had some conversations about like what that might look like, and I mean, from what I know, the Fall League hasn't kind of came up yet, but it could, and we'll discuss it as it comes up, and then I'm sure there'll be some camps or instructs that might be a part of the off season, but who knows? It's like, I think that those conversations will have once the playoffs are done, and I'm always excited to have those conversations to see where we can take the off season to, because it's not just stop baseball off the off season. It's a great time to get better. So
yeah, it seems like you always are looking to find ways to get better. You would have probably been top 5 whatever pick based off what you did your sophomore year, but you went out and you made steps to get better. Mm-hmm. What drove you to just continue? You could have easily just done what you were doing, be a top 5 pick, but what drove you to continue to do that?
Yeah. I just always in a nonstop kind of pursuit of finding the most in myself and as a player and a person. And I wasn't going to be satisfied with where I was at with my sophomore year. I felt like there was a lot of room left on the table to get better. And there still is, and there will continue to be. Just that's like, I find joy in that constant pursuit for improvement and growth, and I've been doing it a long time to where like I wouldn't stop doing that now if I get to a certain point in my journey. So just gonna keep taking it day by day, but envisioning that kind of growth, So
What kind of hobbies do you have off the field? I mean, you seem like you talk a lot about improving and doing baseball, but what helps you get your focus reset and just let you kind of mentally unwind?
Yeah. At the moment this year, golf's been a getaway. At school, I would golf with my roommates every once in a while, and also here sometimes on off days. So enjoy golf, enjoy reading. If I got a day off, I enjoy cooking. Sometimes cooking takes a bit too much time when you got to be at the field really early and stuff. So I kind of only get to cook breakfast, and then we get fed well here. So I'd say golf, cooking, reading. They're probably the main ones.
No shortage of places to golf around here, right?
Yeah, there's
a lot of good places.
A lot of good golf spots. So I've got the guys that have been here showing me where they play, and it's been cool.
Real quickly too, who could you envision yourself wanting to face the first time you step into a major league batter's box? Any pitcher you'd be like, love to face that guy, or maybe a guy you're like, maybe I don't want to face that guy my first at bat?
I mean, if I could think of who I want to face, maybe like Skeens or Jacob deGrom, or maybe like you know, a legend like Kershaw or Scherzer or something like that. Verlander, I don't know. You
Yeah.
know, I'd want to face someone good. I mean, and then the someone good that I probably wouldn't want to face, I feel like Chris Sale's just an ugly at-bat for a lefty. Like, when he's been healthy, he's been quite possibly the most dominant pitcher in our generation. Like, people don't really realize, but he punches everyone out, and it's funky. So I feel like Chris Sale would be a tough one to step in the box with all the first AB feels, and then he's just bringing it. So
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah.